Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Easton High School's class of 2026 graduation ceremony. Yes. I am Lisa DeVerick, very, very proud principal here at Easton High School. And I want to thank you for being here and for your continued support of public education and Easton High School. We are asking for your cooperation during this evening's ceremony. We have worked really hard with our students to understand the importance of this ceremony and what it means to you, their family and friends, and community members. We're asking that you silence your cell phones and refrain from using any artificial noise during the ceremony. Also, no one is permitted on the stage except for the graduates and other authorized staff. Students will be called down by row, which will help with the picture taking. They will stop right here at the podium. There will be a professional picture taken. Students will then cross the stage from the podium to receive their diploma and then proceed across the entire length of the stage. Upon the completion of the ceremony, students will process out the opposite way they came in. So they'll come down either side and cross over, so you will have an opportunity for a picture at that time too. We are asking that you remain seated throughout the ceremony until the very last graduate exits the auditorium. Following the procession, students will return to the gymnasium and they will receive their official diploma, and then they will meet you, their family, and friends outside for pictures. At this time, I would like to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Sharon Pepakai, Talbot County Public School Board members, and representatives of Talbot County Public Schools and the faculty of Easton High School.
Nephew, we made it.
Did it, bro.
Straight out of that. What's up, bro?
Yo, my heart.
Good luck.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Easton High School class of 2026. Class of 2026, you may be seated. So impressive. I would like to give a warm welcome to our families and members of the community. Welcome members of our Board of Education, Mrs. Emily Jackson, Board President, Mrs. Amy Dodson, Board Vice President, and the following board members, Mrs. Debbie Bridges, Mrs. Cynthia Juris, Mrs. Ann O'Connor, and Mrs. Daishika Strawberry. Thank you for all of your support this year. It's been wonderful. Thank you to our Talbot County Council and Town Council members present this evening, Mr. Chuck Callahan, County Council President, Mr. Pete Lesher, County Council Vice President, Ms. Keisha Haith, County Council, and Mr. Don Abatello, Town Council. Mayor Megan Cook is with us, as well as Mrs. Jessica Bellis from the Avalon Foundation, and Michaela Cook from the Star Democrat. Your commitment to public education should be commended. Welcome to our principals from our feeder schools and our leadership team, Dr. Pepakai, Superintendent of Talbot County Public Schools, Dr. Helga Einhorn, Assistant Superintendent of School Leadership and Student Success, Dr. Zulika Jarman-Horsey, Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services, Mrs. Debbie Gardner, Director of Communications, Mrs. Sarah Claggett, Communications and Photographer, Mrs. Tessa Kane, Principal of Easton Elementary School, Mrs. Kelly Clausen, Principal of Easton Middle School, Mr. Corey DeVerick, Principal of White Marsh Elementary School, Dr. Carrie Clow, Principal of Chapel District Elementary School, Ms. Sherry Spurry, Supervisor of Fine Arts, PE Health and Library, Dr. Carol Ann Burkhart, Supervisor of Secondary Math and CTE, Mr. Devin Beck, Facilitator of Recruitment, Retention, Equity, and Grow Your Own. I want to thank my administrative team. It has been such an amazing year of learning. Thank you to Mr. Steve Bagshaw, Mrs. Bridget Harper, Mrs. Kristen Tillman, and Mr. John Strickland, Mrs. Carisha Hoffman, and Ms. Janine Puma, and Ms. Tony Hall. Thank you so much for your support and guidance and your leadership throughout this school year. None of this would have been possible without the assistance from our counseling office. So thank you, Ms. Jessica Pippin, Dr. Sarah Davis, Mrs. Jessica Marth, Mrs. Shelley Arminger, Mrs. Harris, Ms. Shanae Adams Saunders. Thank you. Thank you for your effort in making this graduation so very special for our students. I would also like to recognize Ms. Chrissy Flaherty, Ms. Michael Ann Graves, and Ms. Shelley Corkle. These three ladies are the organizers and the backbone of this senior class and this graduation. They know all the things and they made this happen today. So thank you, ladies. I appreciate your patience. Let's recognize Mrs. Lynn Farr and Miss Amanda Tate for organizing all of the fun events for our graduates. They kicked off this beautiful senior year with senior sunrise to senior sunset, and tonight, the after grad party. Well done, ladies. And in case you didn't notice, there is a real band behind the scenes here. I want to thank our phenomenal band under the direction of Mrs. Lauren Rose. You all are very talented and sounded incredible. I'd like to thank the members of the NJROTC who are presenting this evening. They are under the direction of OS1 James Gardner and Commander Carl Jackson. At this time, we would ask everyone to please stand for the presentation of colors and the singing of the national anthem by Senior Tavea Roberts. Oh, yeah.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Tavea, for that beautiful, beautiful treat. And just like that, here we are. I have had the privilege of knowing a lot of these graduates since they began their educational career. And I have to say how fun it is to see them now as young adults ready to spread their wings as they begin a beautiful new chapter. It's so fun to see the beginning, and I'm so grateful to be able to today see the end. Tonight, we celebrate a major milestone, the graduation of the class of 2026. On behalf of our entire school, congratulations. You have worked hard for this moment through early mornings, late nights, packed schedules, and the everyday effort it takes to keep showing up. As your principal, I'm so very proud of your accomplishments. Tonight, I want to talk about something just as important as grades, efforts, awards, and victories. I want to talk to you about failure and what you do after it. Failure is not a life sentence. It is information. In school, failure can feel final, a low test score, a missed deadline, a lost game, a role you didn't get, a friendship that changed, or a plan that just never worked. But failure is not a verdict. It's feedback. Failure tells you This method didn't work. This choice didn't fit. This skill needs more time. This dream, it needs a new route. And if you let it, future can become a teacher. Failure can become a teacher. One that prepares you for a future where the path is not always clear and success is rarely instant. Resilience is the habit of getting back up. Resilience is not a personality trait reserved for tough people. It's practice built one decision at a time. Resilience looks like coming to school when you'd rather stay in bed. It looks like asking for help when you'd rather pretend you are fine. It looks like taking responsibility, making it right, and trying again. Graduates, you have already proven you can do hard things. Not because your high school years weren't perfect, but because you kept going when they weren't. And that is a skill that you will use for the rest of your life. Life is rarely linear. Trust the process of falling down and getting back up. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's the action of presence in fear. Some of you are heading to college, the workforce, or the military. You may be excited, you might be nervous. That doesn't mean that you're unprepared, it means you're human. Bravery is applying even when you're not sure you'll get in. It's trying out when you might not make the team. It's speaking up in a room where you feel small. And it's starting over when you had hoped you'd be further along by now. Authenticity will take you further than approval. Resist the temptation to become who you think you're supposed to be. The world does not need you to be someone else's definition of success. Authenticity means you choose what matters to you, even when others don't understand that yet. And it means you can change your mind. It means you're honest about who you are and who you're becoming. Take risks, not reckless risks, but purposeful ones, on how you build your life for what you actually want. The risk of taking a harder class, the risk of joining something new, the risk of introducing yourself, the risk of moving away or staying and building something meaningful. Most people, they don't regret risks they took and failed. They regret the chances that they didn't take because they were afraid to look foolish. Don't let fear make decisions for you. Define your own success. Set your sights on what make you happy and then go grab it. Embrace imperfections. Most things in life are not perfect, and expect messiness. Take risks. Don't be afraid to take those risks. And imagine what you could accomplish if failure was not an option. To the families and loved ones here tonight, thank you for your sacrifices, your patience, and your support. To our staff and teachers, thank you for your dedication and the love and the care that you pour into our students every single day. And now for a little bit of audience participation. So we have 3 sections. Section 1, the middle section, section 2, and the third section, section 3. Section 1, we're gonna practice because we practiced a lot to get this right. So we're gonna practice and then we're gonna turn it over to you. Section 1, repeat after me like this is the biggest thing ever. We believe in you. That was pretty good, wasn't it? All right, section 2, we are proud of you. That was even better. All right, section 3, we love you. Woo! All right. All right, here we go. Section 1. 2. 3. We do. Once a warrior, always a warrior. God bless the class of 2026. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Sharon Pepikai.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, families, staff, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. I vividly remember standing here 4 years ago as my first year as your superintendent. You were freshmen. You were trying to figure out and practice your locks, finding your classes on the first day, and wondering what the year was going to be like. Look at you now. A lot has happened in those 4 years. One thing particular is technology. When most people hear the letters AI, they immediately think artificial intelligence. AI is everywhere. It's in writing, creating, analyzing, solving problems, and changing industries at a pace that seems almost impossible to keep up with. In fact, as I stand here tonight, technology is changing so quickly that some of the skills, programs, and tools that you learned during your 4 years of high school may look very different just a few years from now. Some may even become obsolete. That reality can feel exciting. It can also feel uncertain. But tonight, I want to suggest that the most important AI for your future is not artificial intelligence. Nope. Tonight, I want to talk about a different kind of AI. It is adaptability and integrity. Two qualities that no technology can replace. Adaptability is one of those qualities in our TCPS portrait of a graduate, because we know the future will not look exactly like the present. Many of you will enter careers that don't yet exist. You will use technologies that haven't been invented. You will solve problems that no one else has encountered before. Your success will not be determined by how much information you can memorize. Information is now available at the touch of a button. Your success will be determined by how willing you are to learn, to grow, to adjust, and to embrace change. Adaptability means being willing to pivot when plans change. It means learning new skills when old ones are no longer enough. It means seeing challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow. The graduates who thrive in the years ahead will not necessarily be the ones who know everything. They will be the ones who never stop learning. But adaptability alone isn't enough. That brings me to the second part of AI, integrity. Because while technology will continue to evolve, character never goes out of style. People may forget your GPA, they may forget the title you had, they may forget the car you drove or how many followers you had, but they will remember how you treated people. They will remember whether you kept your word. They will remember whether you were trustworthy when no one was watching. They will remember whether you showed kindness, respect, humility, and honesty. In a world increasingly influenced by technology, your character becomes even more valuable. The question will not simply be, what can you do? The question will be, who are you? Your reputation is built one interaction at a time, one decision at a time, one act of integrity at a time. Years from now, people not remember every accomplishment on your resume, but they will remember how you made them feel. They will remember how you showed up. Did you listen? Did you help others succeed? Those are the things that endure. Class of 2026, tonight you leave with a diploma in your hand, but you also leave with something more important. You leave with the ability to adapt to whatever comes next, and you leave with the opportunity to build a life defined by integrity. The future will continue to change, technology will continue to change, the world will continue to change, but adaptability and integrity will help you navigate that change. So as you walk across the stage tonight and begin the chapter, remember this: learn continuously, adapt confidently, lead courageously, act with integrity, and never underestimate the impact of how you show up in the world. When you hear AI, remember how you will show up: adaptability and integrity. You are a warrior. You know how to show up and show out. Because long after people forget what technology was trending in 2026, they will remember the person you chose to become. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are proud of you, excited for you, and eager to see how you will shape the future. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Pepakai. Help me welcome Taylor Beck to the podium. She is representing Dr. Pepakai's Student Advisory Committee. Taylor?
Hi. All right. Good evening, family, staff, administrators, Board of Education members, and honored guests. Most importantly, good evening, class of 2026. Congratulations to every single one of you sitting here today. We finally made it to the finish line. Through all of the hardships and obstacles high school threw at us for the last 4 years, we managed to push through, and now we sit here ready to move forward to the next chapter of our journey. We really did it. Tonight, I have the privilege of representing Dr. Pepakai's Student Advisory Committee. Once a month, members of the committee met with our superintendent to discuss how things run at our school. In these meetings, we didn't say what we thought the adults wanted to hear. We made sure we were honest and clearly communicated our thoughts. One meeting I recall, we spoke on the cell phone policy. We learned that the middle school was testing out the magnetic phone pouches and they wanted to migrate the system to our school. We could all agree that phones can be a major issue within the classroom, but we also made sure to help Dr. P understand the disadvantages. Just to let everybody know, we never got phone pouches. These meetings were engaging, respectful, and collaborative because there was a clear flow of communication from both sides of the conference room. Our meetings throughout the school year with Dr. P opened my eyes to why our school runs the way it does. For anyone who doesn't know, Easton High School is the third high school I've been to. Previously, I went to Parkside High School, and before that, I went to a high school in Southwest Florida. At my previous schools, I could feel myself growing resentment with staff solely because I felt my voice was never heard. When I needed assistance or extra help, I felt as if I was a nuisance. I will never forget how that felt. To quote my dad, you don't just go through people's lives, you become part of their story. So make sure the way you show up is when they're glad to remember. With all honesty, Easton High School has given me the best experience within the last 2 years. From the start, I felt that my voice has been heard whenever I speak up. The Student Advisory Committee solidified that. I've learned that misunderstanding others is the biggest obstacle in our world. Students, teachers, and administrators all need a healthy school environment, and this looks differently to everyone. The Student Advisory Committee has broken down the walls of miscommunication and has allowed us to properly voice what students need. I hope that all of my fellow committee members can agree that these meetings are beneficial beyond the school. To the graduating class, always be eager to advocate for yourself in any space. Whether you're going to college, going to the military, going into trade school, heading into the workforce, or still trying to understand what's next, advocating for yourself in any of these spaces are beneficial to your success. Being able to communicate, collaborate, and understand different perspectives is an ability we all need. Advocating for yourself is not being the loudest person in the room. Personally, I always find myself being the quietest in the room, except right now. But not because I'm afraid to speak. I observe conversations, making sure to highlight and remember important points. You don't have to constantly be the one speaking to make a change. Listening to others and collaborating can create major changes. To Dr. Pepakai, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity and a literal seat at the table because representation matters. Thank you for being a listening ear to my peers and I. Thank you for representing all of us. To the class of 2026, the world we're entering is divided between walls of miscommunication. The strongest schools, businesses, and communities aren't strong because of one person. It's important that we build spaces where everyone is heard, respected, valued, and included, even the quietest person in the room. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you for listening.
is my pleasure to welcome the Easton High School Band under the direction of Mrs. Lauren Rose. If you are a senior in the band, would you please join your band at this time? Thank you, Easton High School Band and Mrs. Rose. Mrs. Rose, I would like to welcome you to the podium so that you can address the class of 2026.
Hello, good evening. I just want to point out, I did not conduct that last piece. That last piece was conducted by our senior drum major, Natalie Hahn. And featured solos by all of our senior players. We are losing 13 this year, so we wanted to recognize them this evening. So thank you for letting them play. Graduation is a time for reflection, a chance to look back at the experiences, opportunities, successes, setbacks, classmates, teachers, friends, and family members who have helped shape who you are today. As I reflect on my time as an educator here at Easton High School, I realize that after tonight, I will have attended 18 graduation ceremonies. The faces on the stage have changed every year, but the messages shared at graduation are usually very similar. First of all, congratulations on reaching this milestone. Secondly, good luck. The possibilities ahead of you are endless. Tonight, I'd like to add something to that second message. I stand before you as someone who knew very early that I wanted to be a teacher. What I didn't know was what kind of teacher I would become. Most of you know me as the proud director of the Warrior Band program, but for 16 years before I had that title, I taught biology, aquatic science, earth science, AP environmental science in room 220 upstairs. I've been fortunate enough to build a career around my two passions in my life, music and science. When I was sitting where you are all now, I never could have predicted that my path would include both. The reason that it did is simple. I kept saying yes to opportunities to learn, grow, and develop skills in different areas. Looking back, those choices made my career more rewarding and fulfilling than I could have imagined at 18. So my advice to you is this: keep your options open. Whatever comes next, college, military service, trade school, workforce, or something else entirely, don't turn down opportunities simply because they don't fit the picture you currently have of your future. Audition for the ensemble. Take the class. Join the club. Volunteer in your community. Learn something new. You may discover talents you didn't know you had. Your interests may change and your plans may evolve. That's not failure, that's growth. So as you leave here tonight, be open to possibilities. Be willing to grow. Be willing to act. Say yes to opportunities. Explore new interests and take chances on yourself. You may not know exactly where your path will lead, and that is okay. Some of the most meaningful opportunities in life are the ones you never saw coming. Congratulations, class of 2026. I can't wait to see where your journey takes you.
Thank you, Mrs. Rose. I would like to welcome our valedictorian, Elmer Pineda, to the podium to speak. Elmer is not only our valedictorian, but he's also our student board member and our executive president of the SGA. Elmer, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. Teachers, staff, board members, faculty, families, friends, alumni, distinguished guests, and last but not least, my fellow graduates. Standing here tonight before you as valedictorian is an honor I'm incredibly grateful for. For most of high school, I thought this is what fulfillment would look like. I thought that if I worked hard enough, stayed disciplined enough, and achieved enough, I would finally feel complete. And I'm proud of what that version of me accomplished. But I've also learned something I didn't expect. A few years ago, my brother stood on this very stage. Tonight, I stand where he once stood, and although he is no longer with us today, he did leave something with me that I will share with all of you tonight. That lesson taught me something I will never forget. Life is fleeting. Not in a way that should make us fearful, but in a way that should make us aware. Because life doesn't just take from us, it also gives. And sometimes it allows us to feel opposite emotions at the same time. We can be proud and still feel reflection. We can celebrate and still feel loss. We can accomplish something meaningful and still recognize how quickly it passes. My mother once told me that changed something. My mother once told me something that changed the way I see everything. She said, "Don't be sad that you don't have your brother anymore. Be grateful that you had him for 14 years of your life." At first, I didn't fully understand that, but now I do. Because loss doesn't just erase what we were given, it transforms it into memory, and those memories don't disappear. They stay with us, and somehow they still manage to make us laugh, smile, feel grateful all at once. That lesson taught me something deeper about life. That what we carry forward isn't just what we achieve, but who we share it with. For a long time, I thought success was the goal. Grades, rankings, being valedictorian. I thought those things would define fulfillment. I mean, after all, this is just another physical manifestation of that mentality I've tried so hard to build. But I've realized something else. It's the people around us who make the journey meaningful. Our friends, our teachers, our families, the ones who support us, challenge us, and walk with us through every season of life. So tonight, I want to say thank you. To my teachers, thank you for your patience, your belief in us, and for pushing us further than we thought we could ever go. You guys are the true unsung heroes. To my classmates, thank you for growing alongside me. We didn't just go through high school together, we shaped each other through it. And to my closest friends, thank you for always being there for me, making this journey all the more sweeter. The Fupopotamus and ZJB name will never leave me, and I hope it never leaves you guys. And to my family, my foundation. My family made the courageous decision to leave Honduras and build a life here in the United States. That decision set the standard for everything I am today, and it will continue to serve me for the rest of my life. Y a mis padres, quiero decirles esto. Ustedes me enseñaron que no tienes que ser el más fuerte o el más talentoso. Solo tienes que estar dispuesto a hacer lo que otros no quieren hacer, incluso cuando es difícil. Levantarse temprano, trabajar duro y seguir adelante cuando no quieres, eso es la disciplina más grande que he visto en mi vida. Y todo lo que soy hoy viene de ustedes. Gracias por todo. And to any non-Spanish speakers out there, I can translate that for you later. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that anything can happen. We usually say that when things go wrong, but it's just as true as when things go right. A dream can come true. A door can open. A life can change in an instant. Take it from someone who was never supposed to be standing here tonight. Never count yourself out. Root for the underdog, because sometimes the underdog is you. And remember, life is unpredictable. Anything is possible, but again, that also means anything is possible. That's what makes it both fragile and beautiful. It's why we can feel those opposite emotions at the same time. Joy and sadness, pride and reflection, gratitude and uncertainty. So as we leave here tonight, I hope we carry something forward and remember this as we step into the next chapter of our lives. Be humble enough to appreciate the people around you. Be brave enough to chase your goals. Be positive enough to believe that things can still go right even when you have no reason to. And be present enough to understand that moments like these don't last forever. Be generous with your time and resources. Because the truth is, success alone doesn't fulfill us. It's the people, the memories, and the character we build along the way that do. So for one final time, I can proudly say, class of 2026, we made it. Not just because of what we achieved, but because of who we became along the way. I can't wait to see what you all accomplish in the future. This has been an incredible honor, and for those of you who know I work at Chick-fil-A, it has also been my pleasure. Thank you all for your time, and as always, go Warriors.
Thank you, Elmer. And now we'll hear from our salutatorian, Jack Perry.
Good evening to the teachers, family, and fellow class of 2026 who have gathered here today for this momentous occasion. One question I'm sure we've all been bombarded with as of late is the deceptively simple, what's next? Everybody wants to know what's coming on our agenda after high school, trade school, the workforce, college. But what particularly interests me, and that I'd like to speak a little about today, is that the latter, college, is seen as a symbol of success. But I disagree. There are a lot of things conventional wisdom tells us equates to success. But over time, we've seen some of those opinions change. For example, many people see wealth as a symbol of success, yet simultaneously, people will tell you that money doesn't guarantee happiness. In the same way that people have challenged the relationship between money and success, I'd like to challenge some of the preconceived notions we've been fed about it as well. Though above all else, I think it's important to hold fast to the notion in the coming years that you are free to define success how you want. Now, ever since I was young, I was directed towards higher education by my teachers and mentors. I was sold the idea that college equals success. So eventually, having a ravenous appetite to shoot for the stars, I shot for the top universities in the country. But after a certain point, I had a revelation that left me disillusioned. None of it really mattered. I realized that colleges just sell the idea they guarantee success so they can attract smart students. At the end of the day, they're just schools. Harvard, for example, doesn't have any special way to teach math that no one else could replicate, and Yale doesn't teach a material you couldn't teach yourself. But worst of all, I made the mistake of basing my success on something that was never really in my control. No matter how hard I worked, if just a few people denied me, I would be out. And what was I even chasing when I was aspiring to go to these lofty schools? Their name, their prestige, none of that really mattered. All I wanted was what I thought it would get me, success. But no one can guarantee you success. One, because no one can determine your future for you. And two, because you're free to define success how you want. I realize now that you can't truly be successful living on another person's script. And of course, this isn't just about me. I think one of the biggest pitfalls we can all make is living according to how a different person thinks we should live. And I think we can all make that mistake, especially about success. Many people will try to quantify it or say you need to do X, Y, and Z to be successful, but that's really not true. I mean, the only reason I'm giving a speech right now is because other people thought I would do a good job and be successful, but they don't know that. I don't know that. Nobody knows that. There's nothing in this world that will predict if you'll live up to other people's idea of success. And why should you? So I say, in a world where we're so free to define our own success, don't make it anything other than what you want it to be. Search for your end goal, the thing you want to be left with when the dust settles. Do whatever you need to realize it, whatever leads you there, so long as you strive for it with all that you have. As we're leaving high school, although it can be hard to believe, we are now our own people. Just as we cast off the tradition of coming here every morning, let us also abandon the habit of heeding to others on how we should lead our lives. But no matter where you find yourself, focus on your definition of success. Stick to it wholeheartedly, reach your hands out and seize it, and refuse to let anyone shake you from the path that is yours. Thank you all for being here. Congratulations, and perhaps one day it'll please us to remember even these things.
Thank you, Jack. And now I'd like to highlight the accomplishments of the class of 2026. Before you, this class received $12.2 million in scholarships to date, and the money is still rolling in. Direct your attention to your program for the graduates listed as graduates honored for academic achievement. Here you will see our advanced placement scholars. They're listed individually. Advanced placement scholars with honors and advanced placement scholars with distinction. You will also see students who received honors, high honors, and highest honors with their Talbot County Certificate of Achievement. Merit top 5% are listed as well as graduates honored for excellence in the following areas: career and technology education completers, honor society members, and academic excellence. In your program are graduates to be recognized for extracurricular achievements, which include the band, the choir, athletes, and theater graduates. I want to say a special thank you to Tyler Newton, class of 2028, for his artistic talent in creating the art throughout the program. Let's recognize our graduates entering the military following graduation. Stand to be recognized. Thank you. Our graduates completed 30,502 hours of service learning, and this speaks to the dedication to the community. Congratulations to Jack Chappell, our Service Star graduate. Jack, you want to wave? Sorry, I didn't tell you I was going to do that. Jack completed 660 hours of service learning alone. Thank you for going above and beyond and serving others. That's very commendable. Now I'd like to introduce the senior class president, Addison Ader, to share her remarks. Addison.
Thank you. Good evening, parents, families, staff, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Each and every one of us put in the hours, the work, and just enough effort to finally walk across this stage. I've been honored to serve the class of 2026 as the president for the past 2 years. Working with my classmates to improve our high school experience in our community has been nothing short of amazing. However, when I was asked to speak tonight, I was unsure how to approach it. So naturally, I went to my favorite teacher for advice. I could probably give a whole speech on the undeniable impact this teacher has on her students, but unfortunately, I'll have to save that for another day. Her advice was simple: no cliche quotes, statistics, and absolutely no dictionary definitions. I'm sorry, Ms. Curry, but I'll be breaking the rules just once. Growing up, my house was filled with my parents reciting movie quotes, one-liners, and random quotes I could have sworn they made up. From Ricky Bobby to Forrest Gump, I never knew who I was going to hear from each day. While 90% of them would not be appropriate to repeat tonight, one of them has stuck with me the most. If you don't ask, you don't get. Simply meaning you must take initiative in your own life rather than passively waiting. Our high school experience has consisted of assignments, assigned seats, assigned readings, assigned lunches. We've been constantly reminded of where we have to be and when to be there. But as we walk out these doors tonight, diplomas in hand, the assignments come to an end. In the adult world, no one is going to hand us a syllabus for our lives. Up until now, success has been defined by GPAs and rubrics. From here on out, success is defined by what we choose to chase and by achieving what makes us happy. If you don't ask, you don't get isn't just about getting what you want. It's about having the courage to speak up, the humility to accept no, and having the audacity to ask again anyways. So, as we leave the building tonight for one last time, remember you don't need to wait for permission to be great. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you it's your turn, and don't wait for the right time. Whether you're headed to college, trade school, the workforce, the military, or you just don't know yet, remember that your success is defined by you and only you. So go out, do what makes you happy, and don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you that you're not capable. Thank you.
Thank you, Addison. It's time. It's time for the conferring of the diplomas. Let's welcome, let's go. I know they're ready. Let's welcome Dr. Sharon Pepakai, Mrs. Emily Jackson, and Miss Pippin and Miss Bridget Harper to the stage for the conferring of the diplomas.
Elmer Otoniel Pineda. Jack Thomas Perry. Tavea Samaj Roberts. Addison Lucille Ader. Mary Claire Therese O'Connor. John Robert Paul Chappell. Cadence Lee McGuckin. Lucas Marcel Myers. Lily Grace Sechrist. Kyrie Maurice Acree. Taylor J. Beck. Parker Jimenez. Destiny Lily Strawberry. Madeline Murphy Abatello. Miles Anderson Abel. Jonah Gabrielle Aliman. Abigail Rose Alton. Karen Maribel Alvarado Andrade. Adriana Michelle Amaya Alvarado. Farid Edgardo Arce Isaola. Madeline Danielle Artisan. Diego Alexander Arivalo Amador. Jezebel Jimena Lynn. Ella Lee Ball. James Michael Ball. Ethan Zachary Balance. Zachary James Barnhart. Giselle Barrios Perez. Alina Carla Bartolome Gutierrez. Andy Otoniel Bartolone Zanoon. Ava Lena Beck. Julianne Renee Bennett. Dustin Riley Luscious Blue. Reese James Bobbitt. Juan David Bonilla Chavez. Leah Elaine Bosley. Luis Matthew Leonidas Bravo Gastoli. Jalea Naire Renee Brown. Brinley Morgan Butchkowski. Grayson Robert Burrich. Tristan William Butler. Marion Cabrera Tovar. Anaya Monet Caldwell. Adrian Camacho Cedino. Jacob Ethan Camper. Leonardo Jose Cardona Martinez. Brandon Kendry Cardoza Monroy. Angeles Bridget Casalegno Alonso. Sebastian Andres Castillo Urdaneta. Aiden Matthew Chadwick. Emma Elizabeth Chance. Jasmine Daniela Chan. Wessler Edison Chum Mendez. Nathaniel Robert Chumley. Jonathan Emilson Cifuentes Morales. Jackson Eric Colburn. Amanda Nicole Coleman. Gabriela Sofia Contento Arbelias. Deontay Mantes Copper. Jamari Demai Copper. Justin Correa Diaz. Kimberly Judith Cortez Garcia. Annalyn Grace Christ. Langston Artis DeShiel. Isaiah Hunter Diaz. Versi Diaz Perez. Sanai Paige Dickerson. Samia Paris Dickerson. Jackson Brant Diffendaffer. Briley Marie Donovan. Lucy Ann Draper. Paxton Thomas Ecknock. Braden Robert Eisman. Kyle Jonathan Ensminger. Rory Jane Esposito. Jacob Delano Fabian. Macy Lynn Farr. Kai Edward Ferraris. Madeline Reese Finch. Landon Arthur Lee Finney. Caroline Casey Flaherty. Dylan Matthew Fortmiller. Seth James DeLashmet. Kenneth Waydell Flood. Taylor Monet Freeman. Laura Anel Fresco Rubio. Rodrigo Samuel Fresco Rubio. Logan Dennis Friend. Dulce Navidad Galvez Perez. Mark Alexander Gamez Felix. Maria Julissa Garcia Portillo. Anisha Lee Garcia Presco. Janet Italy Gayton Sedone. Abigail Elizabeth Ann Gimbel. Diego Gueron Hipolito. Diana Gomez Ramos. Edwin Daniel Gomez Rosa. Danilo Avilio Gonzalez Lopez. Valentine Gonzalez. Victor Manuel Gonzalez. Edvin Jesus Gonzalez Hernandez. Zymir Raymond Gordon. Jaden Amir Green. Callie Amaya Gregory. Tara Alize Gross. Tracy Avery Gross. Carles Yoani Gay Gonzalez. Natalie Gohan. Nawal Hawk. Alexander Harris. Damaya Aaliyah Henry. Valencia Hernandez. Karen Arlette Herrera Perez. Amelia Grace Hines. Sincere Holbrook Smith. Namila Marlena Hoover. Jesse Lou Hopkins. Mariah Nicole Houston. Elliot Daniel Hunter Watts. Abigail Grace Hutchison. Samuel Robert Hutchison. Christopher Clinton Henson. Miranda Lene James. Elijah Noah Jenkins. Katara Anaya Consola Johns. Kyrie Nicole Johns. Braden Christopher Johnson. Bruce Lee Johnson. Deshaun Malik Johnson. Elizabeth Faye Johnson. Maya Kamora Johnson. Poetry Reason Johnson. Roxana Faye Johnson. Soraya Monet Johnson. Journey Tylee Jones. Stella Louise Kabler. Greer Ashley Keegan. Megan Elizabeth Kirby. John Henry Cram. Marco Alejandro Lara Fortmiller. Samuel Robinson Leonard. Dakota Claire Lotsky. Zachary Davin Lister. Evan Banks Lockhart. Nasir Michael Deontay Lone. Sadie Alondra Lopez Soto. Anna Kaylee Lopez. Mackenzie Ray Lord. Brody Lee Lovelady. Marley Jade Loveland. Juan Ezekiel Lucas Jimenez. Dominic Trent Lyons.
Luke Alexander McGuire. Giovanni Martinez Rodriguez. Angie Crystal Martinez. Eris John Apollonia Matulai. Rebecca Cynthia McQuillan. Marilyn Andrea Mabrano Mauricio. Kevin Axel Mendez Perez. Hendrickson Daniel Murch. Joseph Patrick Murtaugh. Paige Elizabeth Michael. Mason Irene Miller. Michaela Faith Miller. Nasir Jeremiah Miller. Jave Amara Mills. Kaylee Michelle Miranda Lopez. Jasir Nahari Molina. Robin Monterosa Rodas. Jarmaris Alexandra Mantilla Casorla. Carter Brennan Mooney. Madison Victoria Moore. Aiden Maximiliano Mora Monje. Nady Morales Mazaricos. Melina Moreno Santana. Marin Grace Murdoch. Imaje. Sayana Imaje Murray. Julian Christopher Neba. Blake Riley Newton. Jameer Nathaniel Nichols. Jose Aiden Norris. Brianna Nayeli Ocampo Serrano. Isabella Natasha Oriana Reyes. Vlad Aslam. Jose Carlos Paez Chavez. Devin Marcus Paltu. Isabella Margarita Pascual Ramirez. Christopher Ryan Patrick. Jameer Daquan Peoples. Dalton Brady Perez de Leon. Denise Aldelia Perez.
My name is Marley.
Marlee Perez Bravo. Gabriela Perez Morales. Cruz David Peters. Madeline Ella Pugh. Nakmai Tron Baum. Tylay Nakaya Phillips. Joseph Barry Pearson. Austin Tyler Pine. Kelsey Miriam Pineda Useola. Abdul Wahab Popal. Rayshawn Joseph Presswood. Ian Charles Preston Pritchett. Morgan Matthew Quick. Kayla Brooke Rapp. Jacob Aiden Ragland. Zymir Neil Ramirez. Cindy Ramirez Mejia. Amy Ramirez Ramirez. Viviana Odalis Ramos. Alexander James Redmond. Yasmin Reynoso. Alexander Michael Rhodes. Layla Madison Rich. You're gonna get a lot. Tayshawn James Roberts. Ariel Maya Robinson. Miles Isaiah Robinson. Shaylee Freschel Roblero Ortiz. Marvin Martin Roblera Avila. Henry Jeffrey Roblero Gonzalez. Kobe Chameleon Lee Rochester. Jacinia Lizeth Rodriguez Rodriguez. Lila May Rowe. David Demarest Rogers. Edward Ruescus. Sebastian David Sanchez Fuenmayor. Iris Sanchez Mendez. Elmer Giovanni Sanchez Osorio. Natalie Sanchez Morales. Faye Irene Sanderpaul. Luis Fernando Santos Figueroa. Blas Ramon Santos Mesa. Gloria Zenaida Penate. Maya Grayson Sconce. James Wiley Shaw. Riley Michael Shockley. Michael Constantinos Siakos Jr. Corinne Opal Smith. Krista Marie Smith. Faye Landon Supenthong. Kalia Christine Spencer. Cheyenne Liberty Spees. Timothy Matthew Stafford. Luke Anthony Stanko. Jayla Bell Stanford. Jeremiah Stanley. Talasia Jaye Stanley. Aaron Todd Stavanis. Destiny Shania Stevens. Miranda Ruth Stuck. Justin Taylor Swan. Brittany Tabora Sanchez. Ryan Chase Tate. Miller Andrew Tome. Dominic Ace Thomas. Jordan Abria Thomas. Tymir Malik Thomas. Carly Rain Tights. Samantha Marie Townsend. Stephanie Megan Trejo Herrera. Gabriel Allen Trace. Nicholas Joseph Truitt. Trishawn Edward Truxon Jr. Jakaya Nevaeh Turner. Sarah Elizabeth Tyler. Muhammad Eula. Felix Yaron Valentine. Sanai Deanna Vanable. Walden DeAngel Vargas. Casey Jacqueline Vasquez Mazarigo. Adam Vasquez Mendez. Luis Angel Vasquez Miranda. Daphne Jalen Vasquez Ramirez. Elliot Guadalupe Velasquez Bravo. John Lee Velasquez Morales. Serenity Jaye Velez. Stephen Jacinto Verdugo Bravo. Madison Elizabeth Burley. Xavion Isaiah Vicente. Cynthia Elizabeth Villacorta. Alessandro Josue Vino Garcia. Gemma McIntyre Vogel. Nicholas Larry Walters. Minka Rain Warner. Mariposa Orion Webb. Madeline June Weems. Madison Elise Wisher. Sarah Faye Wheeler. Paul Joseph Whitlock. Jackson Cammert Wieland. Derek Michael Williams. John Malin Williams. Niceem Mackay Williams. Danielle Alicia Wilson. Jace Rose Wise. Hannah Mae Worm. Anna Rosa Yacarini Carrizales. Eric Malik Young. Josiah Young.
And just like that, class of 2026, please rise. As the principal of Easton High School, I certify that the members of the class of 2026 have met all the state and local graduation requirements. Class of 2026, turn your tassels from right to left. Families, friends, and community members, I am very pleased to present the graduating class of 2026. Please remain seated as the class of 2026 exits the auditorium. We promise to be reunited outside in front of the school. Congratulations.